Shine, shine, shine your light. Shine, shine, shine your light. Hello. I'm Nancy Maddox from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm so excited. We're doing the Shine Your Light interview tonight with a very special guest on WYTV7 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our guest is, where are you from, Miss Candice?
I am actually from everywhere. My mom was in the Air Force, so we moved around quite a bit. I was born in Florida.
So where do you live now?
I live in Texas. I'm in Dallas.
Okay, I thought that was where you live. Yeah. Anyway, our special guest, which I'm so excited to have tonight, she has a 20-year career, although she doesn't even look 20 years old, writing and singing. She has a motto in life that music and writing must have life since her childhood, and she's published several books, and one's a collaborative effort, and one is her own book, so it's very exciting. Her name is Miss Candice Eden Jones. So I'm really excited to have you tonight, Miss Candice. Can you hear us okay?
I can. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, what I'd like to do is let everyone know that if they enjoy this interview on WYTV7, it is broadcast on iHeartRadio, which I'm really excited about that. And I would love for everyone that's listening to please share this video, share this interview, so we can give Miss Candice proper justice for everything she's going to tell us about tonight. She's going to really help you along with everything she's been through and her testimony and what she has to share. So I do ask that. And also, WYTV7 is a nonprofit, and I would like for everyone to please, if you get a chance, to seed into the WYTV7 Christian Broadcast Network. $5 donation goes a long ways when you're trying to advertise shows and broadcasters and things like that. So that's my little advertisement. Miss Candice, tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you came from, how you moved from city to city. Was it a military type thing or that kind of thing? So give us a little bit about where you came from and where you're going.
Sure. So I was born in Florida in the 80s. I'm not going to tell y'all my age, but my mom and actually my biological father, they were both in the military. My mom was Air Force as well as my father. However, they did divorce pretty early on after my birth. So we ended up moving to Germany, where we lived there for about 7 years. And then we moved to Africa, Ghana, Accra, for about 18 months before my mom actually sent my little brother and I to the States, pending her divorce from my brother's father. So just seeing a lot of that, which is also inspiration for the book, seeing a lot of different, relational struggles that my mom endured, kind of seeing the cyclical things that happened in my own life has kind of been an inspiration to have me help motivate others and inspire others and give direction to others on how to avoid those type of things from happening, recognize certain things within them that may be causing these things to happen and how to move past these things when they do happen. So that's where I am now.
Wow, that's really interesting. So you lived in Germany for 7 years, and then you lived in Africa for about a year and a half. And then your mom sent you back to the States. Did she stay where she was when that happened?
Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Yes. And I like to compare it to, I don't know if you've seen the movie with Sally Fields, Not Without My Daughter.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. It was very similar to that experience. My brother's biological father, who she was married to at that time, he's Ghanaian, and he had a lot of ties where we were. And so she feared that he was going to kidnap us. He had actually abused her, and she was like, enough is enough. And she was going to leave him, but she was afraid that he would take us and we'd be lost in the underbelly of Ghana. She'd never see us again. So we escaped him, literally, like ran from him. And I think the day after we left our home with what little we could pack in our vehicle, she sent us to the United States. We actually moved to the United States to stay with family for about 6 months before she could join us again.
Wow. Wow, that's really, really, really a great background. With that kind of background, you can help a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
Because you know what happens is we always think that we're the only ones things are happening to.
that's right.
And little do we know that it happens all the time, and it's not,
Absolutely.
you're not alone in this. So that's why I'm really excited that you're doing what you're doing as far as with the book and all. Also, you said in here that that you decide to dream of, you pursued a dream of writing books as well as creating songs.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the musical side, because we're going to talk in depth about the book. So I'd like to know about the musical side.
Yes. So singing, songwriting, making music has been one of my first loves since I was walking, according to my mom. And so I've been making music for like breath. This is just what I do. So I just love to create. I'm just always been a creative person, and that's the way I express. So I've been lately. It's of course it's more inspirational. It's definitely songs about the Lord, but I haven't been like pushing a potential project per se as I would have in the past. It's more just as I hear the voice of the Lord giving me music or giving me songs or whatever. It's kind of like an individual project type thing. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately, just going with what I hear and then releasing it as it comes to me, as opposed to being, okay, I need to get this many songs done. I need to release this. I need to do that. It's not quite so pressured anymore. So I'm just listening to the Holy Spirit and just letting it go flow like that. So.
Yeah, that's just fantastic. I hate to put you on a spot, but so maybe one verse of one of your songs?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll sing I was actually asked to do the theme song for the co-authored project. And so this one is called Rise Up. So this is just the hook or the chorus for that one. It's time to rise up, elevating into the dream. You're gonna rise up, never let up become who you're called to be. You're gonna rise up, there's a miracle in your pain. Gonna face the day, find another way. Look up and you'll understand, you rise again.
Goodness. Chill bumps. This was so fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
It's time to rise up. I just absolutely love it.
Thank you.
And that's just oh goodness, thank you so much.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
Yes,
I really love that. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the collaborative effort book that you're in.
Yes.
What's the title of that book?
That's called Dealing with the Hand I Was Dealt. It's actually a part 2 to a part 1. Of course, Brandy Hunt is the original author and kind of the brainchild behind this whole co-authored project. She envisioned a group of women coming together, writing a book about their different struggles and how they overcame. Basically, I survived and you can too type inspirational stories. So it's a compilation of everyone's different life stories, just with one common theme. And the interesting thing about it is Brandy, and she says that she didn't really know a lot of our stories before bringing us together. There's about 15 women. And the interesting thing is the more we speak with each other, because we have conference calls weekly, the more uncanny it is or more funny it is that our stories are so similar, kind of piggybacking on what you just said. We think we're alone, but we're really not. There's so many who go through the same thing. Oh my gosh, all of us have some of the same backgrounds, the same life experiences. So it's been really a blessing just being in a group with these women to do this.
And when will Dealing with the Hand I Was Dealt Volume 2 be released?
That's September 9th. It's going to be in South Carolina, Malden, South Carolina, which is kind of a suburb of Greenville, South Carolina. So September 9th, we're having a big release, a big gala. This is all of the women who, besides I think like one woman has authored about 9 books, I think, but everyone else, this is our first like release. So this is kind of coming out. Yeah, it's like the coming out, the birthing of this project for us. So we're having a big, nice, formal gala to release the book.
Well, I hope, and maybe this is just a pipe dream for me, I would hope that since you've given Brandy's project such a great little hit here, that maybe they could adapt some of the iHeart Radio interview.
Oh, nice.
And use it at your conference, at your grand, the grand book signing event where they release it. That would be fantastic, because it's enough about Brandy's cooperative, and then it would be enough about Shine Your Light. And since it's on iHeartRadio, that would be really a good thing for you to be able to talk about, and and let people know. We certainly will share the link with everyone, but in something that special. I mean, that could kind of be your part of the show or whatever. So just think about that.
Sure.
So, have you written a book by yourself?
Yes.
So let's go into that. What's the title of that one?
So that's called Holding My Peace. That originated from, I'm actually going through a divorce currently, and in the beginning stages of, the painful parts of that, I was just reading my Bible, and I was in Exodus 14:14, and it says, the Lord, I will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. And it just jumped out at me as if it was highlighted, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I just felt, even in that moment, I felt this huge wave of just peace and just this soundness and calmness that just let me know, you know what, there's no sense in your fighting. There's no sense in your even fighting within yourself about what's happening that you can't control. Allow the Lord to just touch you. Allow the Lord to hold you and be in peace in that. And from that moment, I kid you not, Nancy, I have not stressed about this instance. My soon-to-be ex-husband and I, we have a 2-year-old. We're able to co-parent. It's so amicable now, and it wasn't before. And I don't know if he just senses that something in me is different, where I'm not willing to, I guess, go to that place or that state of mind where commonly people would go when they're going through this. But it's just been beautiful, and the Lord has just really been so faithful, and I'm so thankful.
Wow, don't we serve an awesome God?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
And I love that reference to Exodus 14:14. I think that's fantastic. That can be part of your mantra going forward, because that could give a lot of people peace. If you share that with people, anyone that's going through any trial, trial or tribulation, could read that verse and probably grasp the same thing. God, speaks through people all the time, and He's definitely speaking through you with the things that you're doing with your voice and your beautiful music, as well as the collaborative book, and as well as your own book. So when will Holding My Peace be out?
The same date. So it's going to actually be released the same date as 2 books at the same time. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yes. So I'm like,
you're going to be a busy person. Well, this is so exciting.
Already swamped. I had no idea. Now, mind you, I'm used to the whole music processing and how all of that goes, but I don't think I was prepared for how much goes into booking.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's a lot.
Yes, it really is. It really is. So I'm in the process of doing a collaborative book with 15 other.
Nice.
And also I've published 2 other books. So yes. It's quite a job even to get your books written.
Yes.
And then you have to take time, and I can't imagine with a 2-year-old. You trying to do that. That's really difficult.
Yes. She must have been involved. Yes. Mommy.
Wow. Well, you're an awesome mother and an awesome author. Yes. And I'm so happy to have you here. Again, if you're just joining us, we have a very, very exciting person that we're interviewing tonight, Candice Eden Jones. And she's been writing for 20 years and writing music and singing music, beautiful voice, and getting ready to release 2 books. One's a collaborative effort, and I'm broadcasting from Little Rock, Arkansas. Miss Candice is in Texas, and WYTV7, our nonprofit radio station, is in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I hope that you will share this interview with everyone that you come in contact with, because it's really important. It's important. People want to hear real life stories, Miss Candice. They want to know that they're just not alone in their trials.
Right.
So what is, give me a synopsis of your book, Holding the Peace, a little bit more about that.
So to me, it's kind of premature to say it's an autobiography, because I mean, I still have so much more life to live. So, but I've been through so many things. A lot of time I would say if I told every single thing I've experienced, people would not believe me. But I basically kind of go through, I mean, a lot of the points that I hit on are mainly geared towards like identity issues and insecurity. I was raped in college as well. Just the things where I went spiritually and emotionally during those instances, as well as, again, watching my mom go through divorces and how that affected my brother and I, seeing that type of thing, and how it also shaped my trajectory into adulthood as well. So basically it kind of goes through those different experiences that I've had, and then where that aha moment happened and where I am leading up to now from that aha moment, and also recognizing why those things in the past happened the way they did. So
wow. How did you get the strength to move forward after experiencing all that traumas that you endured?
honestly, I believe a lot of it came from my mom. Has always been the strength. She's always been the one to pray for us, pray for my brother and I. I think a lot of my belief system and my belief in the Lord came from her, which is definitely, oh my gosh, my strength would not be existent if not for God. And I can say that with the utmost sincerity. There's no way that I even would be here right now in sound mind and body sane if it weren't for the Lord keeping me. Because there's plenty of times when my mind has wanted to be like, what is happening, you know? But that coupled with my little girl, like having my daughter and just knowing I don't want her to repeat the same things that I experienced because I didn't know any better. I want to be that strength for her. I want those generational things that happen to stop with me, and I want to be completely free so that she can be free, and we just continue to move in that freedom. So that's part of what has helped me kind of move past a lot of things that held me back in the past. Just knowing I have to be free, not only for me, but for her and for whoever else the Lord has me to reach.
And I have no doubt in my mind that you're such a beautiful mother, and that you will be that strength for your daughter as she continues to grow. Also, you're such a faithful person and a strong person. I really admire you for what you've been through and what you've done. And I admire you for actually wanting to tell your story and help other people. You know, I'm a salty old dog, so I've done that all my life. That's all I've ever done with people is help them. But I love to see, you know, faithful young people that really do love our God and really wants to help other people. And I think that's what's going to happen with you. I think there's going to be an explosion, and your books are going to come out. You're just going to be wanted everywhere. Your music, I really do.
Nancy, don't have me over here crying now.
I don't mean to do that. No, don't do that. I can be to tears very easily.
Yeah, I'm up.
Let's see. I'd like to know too. What's your goal for your reader of your books?
I want the reader to. How do I say this? What I didn't know, you know, kind of when you're a parent, and even what my mom told me, well, don't do what I did, or do what I didn't do, or what I didn't know to do, or don't do, you know, that whole mantra. I don't really know how the proper term for it, but I kind of want the reader to see my story, relate in some way, even if they didn't have the exact same experiences, but the emotional part, like the identity, which I know is huge, prevalent right now. There's so many people who do not know who they are. I just really want people to recognize the root of that in their lives, wherever that is. I want them to recognize the root of any identity issues that they're having that's causing them to make certain decisions that they're making, that's shaping where they're going in life. I want them to be able to see that and be able to hone in on it and do what needs to be done to either heal from it, continue to grow in it if they have a good identity. I don't know the right term for it, but if they have a good identity space, I guess, I want them to know how to continue to grow in that. And if they don't have a good place of knowing who they are, I want them to find out why not and move from there. Get to the root of it, heal from it, and grow from that.
Yes, ma'am, and I believe they will. I really do. Well, tell us how we find you and your book and your music. Give us your contact information.
Yes.
So because people will start looking you up, especially when this goes on iHeart Radio. It could be really a huge thing for you, a big break. So I'm just real excited about that. So share your contact information with us because we're getting ready to wrap it up.
Yes, so for book inquiries and questions or just to talk, if you need help or anything, author Candice Eden, and that's CandiceEden. For music inquiries, anything regarding like the creative arts in that area, it's CandiceEdenMusic@gmail.com. I'm on LinkedIn as author Candice Eden. Social media, Facebook, I have several. I have author Candice Eden for the book, and I also have book and future books, and I also have Candice Eden for my music page, Candice_Eden for Instagram and Twitter. So pretty much Candice Eden, you can find me pretty much everywhere on social media.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for that. Shine Your Light Radio Ministry is everywhere on social media too, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everything that we do at WYTV7 is actually broadcast. We have many broadcasters that do it. A couple of them are Faith for Healing. And then another one is Heart of the Matter. And those are just two special shows that I really, really like a lot, including Shine Your Light Ministry. So I want you to be sure when it comes out and share it and just let the world know. I mean, use this as a tool to promote yourself and promote your books and all. And I appreciate you so much, Miss Candice, for being on our show tonight. The show will air in a few weeks, and it'll air on a Thursday night. I'll post that. It'll air on a Thursday night at 8 p.m. So I'm just so excited, and I thank you again for sharing your time with me and your story with me. It's people like you that make me feel proud that I let you shine your light. So thank you so much. Okay, darling.
Thank you.
Shine, shine, shine your light. Shine, shine, shine.